Food influencer dies after eating poisonous devil crab in viral clip. Philippine food blogger Emma Amit died on February 6. She's 51 years old, died in the hospital 2 days after she filmed herself eating the toxic Zosmus Enos crab, known locally as the devil crab, seen in a video posted on her social media on February 4th. In the clip, she can be seen hunting the poisonous crabs along with snails and shellfish near her seaside home, Puerto Princesa. She then filmed herself cooking and eating one of the crabs from the pot. Barangay Chief Laddie Gamong told ABS-CBN, which is a Philippine news outlet, that the content creator lost consciousness shortly after consuming the crab and was rushed to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead 2 days later. Her friend, who also consumed the crabs, also died. Officials visited her home to investigate and found 7 crab shells at the residence. The Zosmus Enos, and I know I probably said that horribly wrong. The devil crab contains a combination of toxins that are potentially lethal when ingested and is considered the most poisonous crab in the Philippines, with 50% of cases proving fatal. 50% kill rate. That means if I eat one and you eat one, by this time tomorrow, one of us is going to be a day-old ghost. The crab is located across the Indo-Pacific region. Amit posted videos on her social media of her fishing with her husband in their hometown, preparing the food for their children after returning from their hunting trips. Following her death, the barangay captain urged local residents to be vigilant of the poisonous crabs in the area. Be careful not to eat this devil crab because it is deadly. It's very dangerous. It can kill you in a matter of hours. Now, I got that off of People magazine. Then there's obviously all kind of news articles. Health alert raise versus devil crab consumption in Puerto Princesa. Why am I doing this video? Well, I have a playlist full of basically tropical medicine, tropical diseases, and tropical medicine, which I have learned by living here in the Philippines. When I first moved to Thailand, I never got sick, other than catching the clap from too much partying. But as far as learning really anything in depth about tropical diseases, tropical medicine, I didn't learn a whole lot over there. Since I've been in the Philippines, go check out, well, wherever the playlist is. It's go to the homepage. Go to the homepage, scroll down. I think it's under lifestyle. Anyhow, there's a playlist with all of my personal experience in tropical medicine, and I learned all of that while living here. So here's a from the Philippine Information Agency. It's a government agency. Beware of deadly crabs. That's coming from the Bureau of Fisheries and what is that? Aquatic Resources. I think I got that right. But there you go. There's a picture of that devil crab. Make sure that if you're out fishing with some locals or fishing with your wife's family, or you're out fishing or messing around, that you know what that crab looks like. If you go to a restaurant off the beaten path, I'm going to remember what that crab looks like. I don't mess around with food safety here. If y'all watch any of my barbecue shows, I cook all the meat very well done. Most of y'all accuse me of burning the meat. I don't burn nothing. I ain't never burned nothing in my entire life. Here, I cook it very well done. Philippines is what you would term a developing nation. Whether that's cool or politically correct to say or not, there's not a lot of refrigeration here, especially when you leave the big cities. A lot of open air markets, meat laying out in the hot tropical heat all day, covered with flies. It's just the way it is in certain places. I don't mess around. I cook my meat. I cook meat well done. And that's food safety. That's part of my food safety. Seafood and stuff like this, I'm very wary of, and I'll tell you why. If you go to our camping video where we're camping on Silangin Island, Janice and Fatima were excited about going and catching little crabs on the beach. And so they got a bucket full and they're all excited because they're going to take them little bitty tiny crabs and put in a soup and boil it up. You know, put that soup over rice right up until the captain, Captain Fred, and First Mate Reuben, whoever it was, said, "You can't eat those. Those aren't safe to eat." And the two Filipinos are like, no, we want to eat them. All they care about is eating them. They don't give a shit about the safety of it. But luckily, because if I had told them don't eat that, it's not safe, they're not listening to the foreign guy. It don't matter if you're a scientist, a doctor, you're a marine biologist, they're not going to listen to us. Luckily, the captain was there and said, don't eat that. And that's the only reason they didn't eat it. They were still a little skeptical because they put in a lot of work and they wanted to eat. It's like my buddy said about his ex-wife, Filipina. She'd eat anything she could drag out of the sea. Well, that's true to a certain extent here. Watch Grandma go forage for food out in front of the bait shack. Anything they could dig up out there is going in a pot, boiled, to flavor the rice. And it's a little bit dangerous, right? So don't take it as a concrete fact if your Filipino wife or girlfriend of 22 years of wisdom, she's 22, 23 years old, I don't trust their wisdom that that's safe to eat. I just don't. So another reason I do these videos is to educate you, the viewer, because a lot of y'all are planning on coming over here and retiring and living happily ever after. And so you need to be aware of these things. Take a look at that crab. And if you go anywhere and look in the pot, you're eating crabs, and anything resembles that crab, even a distant, potentially resemblance, 50% kill rate. It's going to kill you. Especially most of y'all are, older than me, 60s and up, that crab going to kill you. That's just the way it is. There you go. So let's learn a little bit about this crab. Let's see. Not all fascinating colors of crabs are safe for human consumption. Avoid the intake of green egg crabs and double reef crabs. So there you go. There's another crab, the green egg crab. There was an advisory issued Monday, February 9th, reiterated that the toxins remain even when cooked or boiled. Dear Fatima and Janice, even when cooked or boiled, it can still kill you. As evidenced by this chick who cooked the crab on a video, ate it, and now she's no longer with us, and my heart goes out to her family. The question that I don't have answered is, did she know she was eating a devil crab and just thought that she was so smart she could cook it and boil it enough that it wasn't going to get to her? Or did she not know that she was eating a devil crab? I think that's what I'd like to dig a little bit deeper and find out. Did she know that's what it was and was trying to beat the system by the way she cooked it? Or did she just not know? And like my buddy's ex-wife, and pretty much like Fatima, anything they can drag out of the ocean, they're going to put in a pot and boil and flavor the rice. You got to watch them. The devil reef crab has brownish blotches on a paler inhaler background and harbors neurotoxins, namely tetrodotoxin and cefatoxin, within the flesh and the shell. Okay. Direct contact with the crabs is also dangerous, obviously, especially their pincers, however you say that. So even handling them without thick gloves or tools, you know, you could probably absorb that transdermally. In other words, through your skin. So you don't want to be handling those things. You're getting poison in you through your skin. Okay. In 2025, they had already issued a similar warning. To reiterate this, so last year they recently issued another warning. And I just, you know, pulled a quick search, and here's a post from 2023. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but somebody posted, a man died after eating a poisonous crab during a family gathering in Zamboanga. It said that they caught a devil crab, and the victim's relatives, who were at the same family gathering and ate the poisonous crab, were brought to a hospital in Zamboanga City for treatment, but are currently in severe condition. So one died at the time of this post. Several were in severe. They weren't doing well. Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources warns the public against eating poisonous devil crab and emphasizes the importance of not eating anything from the ocean without checking with an expert first. And your 24-year-old Filipina girlfriend that you just pulled off the pole is not an expert, even if she's from a small island. She's just not. Okay? So if you're going to go around fishing, foraging for food and stuff like that, educate yourself, ask the locals, but consult somebody like Captain Fred, who's 50-something years old, is a boat captain, and he knows what the hell he's talking about. Not my old lady in there from the village who's just hungry. Okay, I don't trust her judgment, especially when she's hungry. She's going to eat and worry about the consequences later. Okay, so there you go. I'll add this to my tropical medicine and tropical diseases playlist. I know everything there is to know. I mean, I know everything from roundworms, ascaris, hand, foot, and mouth disease. But folks, I learned all of everything that's in that playlist aside from catching the clap. I learned that way back years ago in America. But other than that, all of those ailments I learned right here in the PI. And it's not picking on the PI, it's just we're in the tropics. The type of infrastructure and the type of living conditions here, you know, same as many other places around the globe. You just got to educate yourself. There's so many different bacterias, and I'm just going to summarize a bunch of these videos. There are so many different types of bacterias that if you go on vacation, you go back home to your home country and you get sick, they'll start testing for things, not even thinking of some of these types of bacterias that I list in my playlist, because they're not used to dealing with tropical diseases. If you go back to the middle of Kansas and you're sick and you go to your doctor's office, they're not thinking tropical ailments. You have to tell them, hey, I've been to the Philippines, or I've been to Central America, or I've been to the Bahamas, or wherever. I'm sick. Here's a local guy who's lived there for a long time, who has personal experience. Can you please rule out this, and this? The doctor's probably going to look at you like, okay, who's the doctor here? But you just say respectfully, sir, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but these are the ailments that are endemic, is that the word, to that local area that you may want to rule out. And then he can do the specific tests for those specific types of ailments and bacteria. So there you go. Maybe this saves somebody from eating a poisonous devil crab at their next family gathering. I'm wary of all the seafood here. And also the handling. I'm wary of everything. So I do buy shrimp, we do buy fish, but again, it's all getting cooked well done. Did that help this poor girl? No. Even after cooked, it still kill you. All right, folks, that was just my spur of the moment video. I hope it helped somebody. Let me know if you have any personal experience with seeing these types of crabs in your area, and list it where, because you'll learn more in the comments than you usually learn from old single dad here. All right, that's what I've got to offer. Now I'm going to go in there, Big Pumpkin's in there, and I start them out on stuff like this, and I know Big Pumpkin well enough now to know what she finds funny, and I just let them watch shows from the 80s, what have you, early 90s. So the other night I put on an episode of Alf. A lot of y'all know what that is. Some of y'all youngsters might not. Alf. It's a comedy show where this little furry alien lives with this family. It's hilarious. Fatima and Maria have been binge watching Alf every night since I first put it on. I think they're up to, I don't know what season they're up to, but they've been watching it every night. So they're in there watching Alf. I got to go in there and shut the TV down, or they'll stay up all night watching it, just laughing their ass off. And Fatima will tell me the next morning, oh, that Alf, he's such a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. That's what she calls him. Then Maria will tell me the story of what Alf did, and they start laughing. Anyhow, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button. Smash that like button. Helps out with them dang old Google squirrels who decide whether or not we get to eat filet mignon or devil crab. Yeah, they hold that much power. It's all about the algorithm. So help us out, leave a big long comment. We certainly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one, and peace out.